Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and welcome to episode 17 of my F1 2017 Sauber career mode. So today we're gonna start off episode with the menu screen now. As you guys saw there, I changed my difficulty to 98, so it's going to be a bit harder, but I love a challenge, and I hope you guys do so. It's always boring, you know, seeing me get in the top 10 all the time and all of that, and it's fun to have some realism on a game. So, and as you guys know, I finally hit 300 subscribers. What an achievement, in my opinion. I just want to thank you guys for these last few months. Have been incredible for me, and yeah, just want to thank you guys. But anyway, this is me just changing my old gearbox. This is probably the last time doing so because most of them are orange, and if I keep using them, they're gonna be red in no time, and some of them are yellow, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to use just one more power unit for the end of the season. We are around 17 with 3 years to go, so without further ado, let's go to the first practice session.
It's Friday morning here in Texas as we await the green light to signal the beginning of a wet practice session. The teams will be working hard to eke out as much performance as possible. So it's dark skies overhead then, and plenty of dark looks from the pit wall as well. A frustrating time for the engineers, Anthony Davidson, who I imagine were hoping for some dry running today. But it's absolutely chucking it down out there.
Oh, well, you have to feel for the guys and girls on the pit wall, Crofty. You know, so much work goes into getting these two cars out on track, not just from the pit wall, but from hundreds of people back at the factory too. The race team here at the circuit are just the most visible part of a very wide operation. And then the rain comes, and you immediately know a bunch of things. First, you aren't going to get much running. Second, you're going to see a lot of useless data, even if you do get out there. And third, the odds of needing an emergency rebuild before qualifying just went through the roof.
So now we're in practice. I went and done all of them. Not in one session though, because most of them are purple, as you can see. Well, all of them. And
10 minutes left of this
I
rain,
had
then
to
we think
change
it's gonna dry
the.
up.
Well,
10
I
minutes.
waited for the qualifying program for the second session because it was dry. But my engine was so worn out I couldn't even get up the pace with the lap I needed to do, so I lost a bit of time, but at least I got all purple, which is all good. And yeah, next is going to be the qualifying session for the US Grand Prix. It's not the best track for me, this, but well, not every circuit is good for me. But the S section of the track, you can really gain a lot there if you straighten up and hit the curb, or maybe cut a little bit of the corner. I didn't cut the corner, but it almost seemed like it, to gain some time. But yeah, you can see right there, we have lots more resource points. We're gonna probably upgrade the car now, which will come in the next race possibly. So when I actually went to make an upgrade, I used the recommended upgrade feature, and it gave me one, I think, in the aerodynamics section of the upgrades. So then I saw that that it was going to be less than another upgrade. So as you can see, that middle one is the recommended one. But as you continue seeing the video, this one is actually a much bigger upgrade. As you can see, I'm trying to compare them, and in reality it has just a little bit, and if we actually make that upgrade, we're going to be closer to making that big upgrade, which can give us a huge bonus to our car. Well, I'm probably not going to keep it Sauber for next year, but it's going to be good to see them in the points sometime. And yeah, let's go to the qualifying for the US Grand Prix.
We're expecting qualifying to start any minute here in Austin, Texas, where drivers will be hoping to top the timesheets today and be ready for tomorrow's US Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
It won't be easy getting out of this qualifying session, but see what you can do.
So for this race I decided to go with a increased top speed setup. I'm not so good with the setups, but I usually just increase, the brake pressure to help me in the braking. Then I decided to lower the tire pressure because my tires were getting very overheated. I saw in the race. I wasn't sure because I didn't read what lower tire pressure would do, but I actually thought it would decrease my my tire temperature, but I don't know if that worked or not. But as you can see, in qualifying 1 we just couldn't make it in P16. That's going to be Kvyat was the only person to improve his time, improved it massively from P16 to P12, so good job for him. But for us, it's going to be the 8th row of the grid.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Kimi Räikkönen starts today from pole position. And it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Massa, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, and Daniel Kvyat, Stroll, and Sauber, Jolyon Palmer, and Alonso, Wehrlein, Van Dorn, Kevin Magnussen, and Sergio Perez. Ocon and Carlos Sainz starts from the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
It's a steep incline into turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them.
So it's going to be P12 for the US Grand Prix. Pretty surprising. I didn't actually keep it in mind that people are going to have penalties for this race. And Pascal Wehrlein is going to start 3 positions behind me in P15. So this could be a good race for the Saubers. Maybe get some points even. But as the lights go out now, it's a pretty average start. We get a better start than Stroll in front of us, I think. But we're gonna try maybe down the inside of, I think that is Kvyat, yes. Everyone is scrapping away. And whoa, look at everyone going slowly in this section. Gonna try and battle with Kvyat, but Stroll suddenly comes at us right back. This S section really tricky in the rain, and with a straight line speed setup we're running, our back end is going to be quite heavy going to that section. But trying to follow Kvyat here. As we dive it down the inside, we go very deep. Wow. We actually collide with Grosjean there. We lose so many positions down to P13, but we get Stroll Palmer pretty easily there. Caught him napping. But Grosjean there getting put wide by Stroll there. Look at this great battling by the AI. Stroll and Grosjean battling it out. Maybe we can get a good position from this battle. I think Grosjean was had the worst from that battle, but it's gonna be, well, we collided there with Grosjean and we lost a bit of a chunk of our front wing. It's not too bad, but it's definitely going to affect our race as we continue lap 2 now. Yellow flags. It's Stoffel Van Dorn who's out of the race. Stoffel Van Dorn has retired from the race, unfortunately for him. Was not going to be a good race for the McLaren still, but well, it's pretty realistic, I should say. We're still battling with Grosjean now, but you can see still lap 2. There's Grosjean behind us, but Palmer now is trying to battle him. And every time we brake, we're going really deep into the corner, so we must have a braking problem again there. Going a little bit deep into that corner. But I hope that doesn't affect us too much. As next lap, you can see Grosjean trying to make a move on us once again, but we block him off pretty well. We are running a straight line speed setup, so it should be pretty difficult for him to pass us on the straights, but that's probably the only chance he has in this whole circuit. But broken front wing, we're going to have some understeer, well, plus the Sauber's rear understeer. We go heavily wide there and lose P11 to Grosjean, which is going to probably run with, and we're not going to see him till the end of the race. As you can see bottom right there, those are my tire temperatures. You can see my brakes are getting overheat a lot, and as you can see right there, I think that was Lance Stroll stranded on the track. Another DNF, and yeah, 3 cars out now. 17 runners are left. But as we continue now, the rain is starting to, well, the rain has stopped now, so it should definitely be time to come into pits. We're gonna wait for our engineer to give us the signal. Palmer is all over the back of us, and he will definitely try and get us understeering a lot into this corner. Look at my left front getting overheated. My tires are definitely having a problem here. Plus my brakes too, look at that, so high. As you can see, there's going to be a change of strategy now, just as we pass from the pits, so very unfortunate and very unlucky that we didn't come into pits exactly when he told us that. But it's still a little bit damp, so this could be our chance to change the tires in a better condition, as Palmer now tries to pass us but couldn't. And lap 7 now, we come into pits. Pascal Wehrlein comes right behind us, and let's see where we end up after our pit stop. So 2.5 seconds I think that was, and we exit in P11, P12. Well, I think, yeah, that was Grosjean in front of us, who I think pitted before, but as now this is going to be the end of the race. Don't worry guys, did not lose anything, but literally nothing happened until the end, and so I did not want you guys to get bored of the video. But yeah, we lost a couple of positions and we ended up in P14.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I think it's got to be Kimi Raikkonen. He's not always spectacular, but he quietly gets the job done, and that's the case today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari moved to the top of the table. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So P14 for the United States Grand Prix. Kimi Raikkonen wins the race. One of his first sighting of the season. I didn't see him win that much races. We're still in P16, and Ferrari now are surprisingly leading the Constructors' Championship. I'm sure Bottas and Hamilton are second and third respectively, but I did not expect that. Ferrari, who clearly have the better car, I think even in the performance table, they are first, I'm sure. But yeah, it's going to be P14. We get some more resource points. Unfortunately, not enough for a for an upgrade on the car. But yeah, we're losing the rivalry now after a poor race compared to Magnussen. McLaren get a huge reputation boost, surprisingly, I don't know why. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, leave a like. Check out my other videos. Check out the last episode if you didn't. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for 200 subscribers, by the way, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.